They've never done it, so they don't know what that difference is. But we kind of not really force them, but highly encourage. And then it becomes this peer pressure thing. One guy quits smoking and they go, wow, Juan quit smoking. Maybe I should check that out, see if I can do that.
I know when I quit smoking and I quit dipping and did all that stuff, it blew people's minds. But you don't know how good you can really feel.
Exactly.
In the construction industry is very physical. It's very mentally exhausting. There's a lot of
Yeah.
moving pieces to it. Whether you're a laborer or you're running the company, there's a lot, and it's really demanding. And I
Yeah.
think people should look at this as you're an athlete. Like you're not just going to a job and doing whatever. Like there's all kinds of
Yeah.
different things you could do. Like if you're out in the field working every day, you are exhausting yourself just as much as a professional athlete does. And we
Exactly.
have to treat ourselves that way. Like we can't just we just can't act normal like the rest of the world does and go do this work and not expect to be feeling like shit all the time.
I so agree, and this just puzzled me. Even 20 years ago, like, okay, we put people in a highly stressful situation, physically demanding work, a lot of money at stake, a lot of pressure, and they eat crap food, and they don't get enough sleep, and they use maybe some mood altering stuff in the evenings, like maybe a couple of drinks or whatever, and they get by with like over the counter medications to help with pain and to help with stomach issues and to help with headaches and maybe even more than over the counter. Maybe it's prescription stuff. And then they have all that going on, and then we expect them to perform at a high level, right? I mean, that's just crazy. That's
Well,
insane.
I come from the Marine Corps before I was in construction, and all of that same stuff applies. But the one thing is they bust your ass every day to keep you in.
Yeah.
So like you have
Yeah.
all these other elements, but you're regimented into being in shape, which we
Yeah.
don't have. So you have all
Right.
the stuff you're talking about, and then there's no plan to be any healthier. Or how are we healthier? It's just the
Yeah.
same stuff.
I agree. And here's the real kicker to it though. They do perform at a high level and they get the job built and they have, they get all the work in place and they finish the project. But I think they do that at a high cost. I think it comes at a very high cost. And that's where we're seeing the mental health issues, the physical debilitation in their 40s and 50s, where they're just debilitated. They look 10 years older than they are. And we've got to do something about this. We got to treat them better as just human beings, but we also have to teach them and train them. And we've created a whole thing called primal safety, where we talk about lifestyle choices and human connection as a way to work safer. And some of the toolbox topics that we have are things like talk about how you eat and the rest you get affect how you perform during the day, so that they start developing that awareness of, man, if I don't get a good night's sleep and I'm not eating good food and I'm taking a lot of drugs, recreational drugs, over the counter drugs, or drinking too much, I'm not doing myself any favors, and my performance goes way down, and I may be even putting myself in danger by having those choices, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that happens. I mean, when we talk mental health and substance abuse, those are kind of, I don't know if like brushed under the rug. They're being more talked about now within the construction industry, but it's stuff that
Yeah.
kind of in the past has just been looked at as, oh, that just comes with the territory. Well, that's bullshit.
Right.
Like it doesn't have to come with the territory.